Now, April in Williams Lake means only one thing, and that's the kickoff to the rodeo season. Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Go. I'm your host, Christina Jung, and today's episode, we're gonna talk to Gwen about some information and dig a little bit deeper about what the indoor rodeo is all about. So I'm standing here with Gwen, and I don't know if the audience is at home remember Gwen, but I sure remember Gwen from last year's indoor rodeo and actually her performance last year. Mamas don't let your babies be cowboys. Is that the right song?
Yeah, mamas don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Awesome, okay. It was an absolutely wonderful performance, I have to say. It's still fresh in my mind.
Well, thank you, Christine. Yeah, that was my 25th anniversary treat to myself for the indoor rodeo. Been wanting to do it for years. So.
Yes, and that was kind of your final year last year, wasn't it?
It was, yes. So I'm pretty much officially retired now.
This is kind of the first week that the office is opened. Tell us what happens here, what goes on here.
The office is always opened up like 2 weeks prior to the rodeo, and local entries are done here on the first day, 2 weeks prior to the rodeo. And all the performance tickets, the dance tickets, and the merchandise that you see here is all available.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and if anybody has any questions or anything like that, we have a phone here that they can phone and find out what's going on.
Wow, okay. So the indoor rodeo for newcomers to the Cariboo or people who have never, I can't imagine anybody here living in Williams Lake not attending the indoor rodeo, but for those who might not know it at home, can you explain what the event is?
It is a BCRA, a BC Rodeo Association sanctioned rodeo, which has been for the whole 26 years now, and it features all the rodeo events. Okay. So it's one of the bigger rodeos in the BC Rodeo Association, the first one of the year, and so we get a large amount of contestants here. So yeah, one of your better rodeos.
Wow, okay. This is kind of the first BCRA rodeo of the season that kicks off the whole rodeo season for the summer, is it not?
It pretty much is. There has been another smaller rodeo prior, but generally this is the kickoff in the spring.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
It is, yeah.
So it's been 26 years. This is the 26th year. Now I know that there's a lot of events and activities that we see year after year. So can you tell us what can we expect this year?
Well, along with all your major rodeo events, we have added a kids carnival the past 4 years, and that's become so popular. So parents can bring their kids down on the Friday prior to the rodeo in the morning, and we've had up to 200 to 250 kids come. The clown works with them, so the kids get to do a little bit of the small rodeo events and get to see what it's like.
Okay. The Kids Carnival is actually not the only activity. There's also adult-friendly kind of activities like the barn dance that's going to come up as well, right?
That's right, yeah. That's become more and more popular all the time. For the past 10 years, it's become highly popular. It's kind of the event of the spring to go to.
Wow.
And we pretty much sell out all of our tickets. We buy 1,000 tickets and pretty much sell out every year now.
Wow, okay. Well, we'll have more information about the barn dance for you, but first let's take a look at the first story. So I have here in my hands the golden tickets for the barn dance that's happening on Saturday night. Now, Gwen, this barn dance is a pretty popular event for the indoor rodeo, isn't it?
It's very popular, yes. Everybody wants to come to the indoor rodeo barn dance.
Okay, and I think this year everybody wants to come because the featured artist is Lee Dinwoody. Am I correct?
You're right.
Okay. Tell us how. I mean, I know every year it's a new band, new artist that's featured in the barn dance. Tell us, how do you guys decide who comes up?
Oh, we just check around, and we've tried to do local people, and this year, or that 3 years ago, we decided to go outside of the Williams Lake area and get a really good country band. And he is friends of my children, or my sons that live down in the Vernon and Kelowna area. They recommended him and said, you will never go wrong with Lee Dinwoody. Well, we haven't. He has a sellout crowd. He has one of the best bands and one of the best sounds that you will ever get anywhere.
So this isn't his first time up in Williams Lake for the indoor rodeo then?
This is his third time.
Oh, wow.
His third year in a row, yes.
Okay. So he must really like Williams Lake if he's coming up 3 years in a row.
He does. He has a great time here with his band. He has a 5-piece band, so they're awesome.
Okay. Now, I heard that people at home can get a little sneak preview for free of Lee Dinwiddie on Friday night because he is bringing another band, an up-and-coming country band as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Lee has recommended a Ben Click from the Vernon, Kelowna area also, who's an upcoming country artist. And some of Lee's band will be coming up and playing with him on the Friday night. And Lee will probably pop in and give people a little few songs just to let them know what's coming up on the Saturday night.
Oh, okay. Now, I know that there's a lot of sneak previews, a little video clips here and there popping up on Facebook. So we'll have more information about that coming up next. But first, let's take a look at our next story. So is West Coast Thunder, are they coming up this year again?
No, they have the Wild Wild West Riders coming this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so a different group.
Now, the indoor rodeo office is now open, but this isn't the only place you can go to find out information or anything like that. You guys have a Facebook page, a website. So tell us where people can go for information, for programs, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, our webpage is www.indoorrodeo.com. I had to think about that. And we are on Facebook also too, yes.
Now, I know that also that you guys are having a social media challenge online. So on Facebook, if anybody refers a friend to like the Facebook page, Williams Lake Indoor Rodeo Association, then you could be entered into a draw to win free VIP tickets for you and your friend for an indoor rodeo. And I'm guessing that's all 3 days.
Yes, it would be. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now it seems like that's a new challenge that you guys had this year because that wasn't something that was up on last year.
It wasn't, and we really got the face page just working last year, so this is an addition to it. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So for anybody that's looking for extra information or wanting to kind of find out history about the Williams Lake Indoor Rodeo Association, you can visit them online, www.williamslakeindoorrodeo, and the Facebook page is Williams Lake Indoor Rodeo Association.
Right.
So we're holding these cute little stuffed animals, but this isn't the cutest animals that you'll see or even the cutest thing you'll see at the indoor rodeo. In fact, for 4 years now, we've had an event called the Cowboy Carnival. Now, can you tell us, Gwen, what that is about?
Well, the Cowboy or the Kids Carnival is kids are allowed to come down to the arena 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday, play in the dirt, have to be accompanied by a parent. And there's upwards of like 200 kids that come to this event. So they get to participate in little roping events. The clown is there to entertain them, face painting, tattoos, barrel racing, a little bit of bulldogging. Sometimes they might have a miniature animal there for the kids to play with. So highly popular, few little gifts and giveaways for the kids to do. So they get 2 hours of playing in the dirt.
Wow. So it's like a little miniature rodeo just for the kids.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, it's the cutest thing. And I remember going last year and the year before, and you can see all of these 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds trying to rope. They're really good, actually.
They are, with the great big cowboy hats on and their cowboy boots. They're pretty cute.
Now, Cowboy Carnival is one familiar thing at the indoor rodeo, but I know that we see a ton of familiar faces at this event. We have the clown, Dennis Halstead, who comes every year, but the person to focus on this year is the rodeo announcer himself, 3-time rodeo announcer of the year, Brett Gardner. Now, this is his last year, but he has a very interesting story, a very strong connection with Williams Lake. Tell us more.
Well, Brett came to us 14 years ago, and he was just a new announcer and quite young, and he was recommended to us, so we took him on as our announcer, and he has stayed with us for 14 years, and he is the best that there is in Canada. This is the only BCRA rodeo that he does, and he's been, like you said, 3 times the Canadian Announcer of the Year. So he's the best you can get and a wonderful, wonderful man to work with.
Wow. And this is his final year with us for the Williams Lake Indoor Rodeo, am I correct?
I am correct, unless he changes his mind, but pretty much I think this will be his last year.
Okay, so it's a year to remember for him, but for us as well. Now, is there any special celebrations planned for him then?
They may have something in planning now, a little bit early, but we have given them jackets before, and I'm sure that they'll send them out the door with something pretty unique from the indoor rodeo. Yeah, he's a special man. Yeah.
I'm very looking forward to meeting him because I didn't get a chance to meet him last year. But from the rodeo announcer to Dennis Halstead to thousands of visitors that'll come through Williams Lake. Now up next, we'll just take a short break and look at the story. But we're going to talk about more about what the community and what the businesses in Williams Lake can do to prepare for the event. Now, we're gonna have thousands of tickets sold out for the barn dance. So that means thousands of people will be entering Williams Lake, at least coming through our downtown core or visiting our local restaurants and shops. So Gwen, tell us what can the community, the business community do in Williams Lake to prepare for the crowd?
Well, there's kind of an influx of about 5,000 people that come through for the rodeo during rodeo weekend. So your restaurants and your hotels and some of those businesses, Western stores especially, it's almost like a cowboy Christmas for them. It's that busy. So they'll notice a big influx of people.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. Now, from cowboy gears to indoor rodeo merchandise, I know here at the indoor office we have merchandise, but will these be available at the event as well?
Yes, they are. There'll be a booth set up at the in the lobby at the indoor or at the arena down there.
Okay.
So yes.
Now I know we can purchase tickets here, but is there anywhere else that people can purchase tickets or just here?
Yes, this office will move over to the arena Friday morning, so it's open there fairly early, like I believe about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
So people can go there and buy tickets all day long. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So I know that last year you said it was your final year, you're retired, and this year, I mean, I wasn't expecting to see you here, but I'm very pleasantly surprised. But will I see you performing again this year then?
No, I've actually put my name in, so I will be a timer at this rodeo. So for the first time, I'm timing at this rodeo, so I'll be sitting up on the announcer stand the whole time.
Okay. Well, we're going to hope to join Gwen doing her timing thing at the rodeo on the day of the event. But thank you, Gwen, as always, for joining us and helping me out with the show.
Thank you, Christine. You do an awesome job.
Thank you, and we'll see you in a couple days, I guess, in 10 days.
Yes.
So the indoor rodeo office is opened upstairs here at Boitano Mall. So don't forget to purchase your tickets before the barn dance sells out and before all of these other tickets sell out as well. And I'm super excited for this event. Now that just about wraps up this edition of Go, but thank you everyone for joining us. And of course, if you have any story ideas or suggestions, don't forget to email, tweet, or even send us a Facebook message. And if you're interested in learning or seeing how all of this is produced, don't forget, for volunteers, send us an info right here. And of course, we'll see you again here next week.